Hello and welcome to KMTV, your roundup of what's going on in Kent on Monday, June the 8th. An investigation's underway after a massive fire in the centre of Maidstone destroyed one shop and damaged several others. Jem Collins reports.
This was the scene at Maidstone town centre last night as 90 firefighters and 15 fire engines battled a blaze at a bookshop at around 2 a.m. 5 car fires in the Buckland Road and Summerfield Road area were also reported just after 1:15 a.m. and a 22-year-old man from Maidstone was arrested in connection with the incidents this morning. Well, while some roads have reopened here in Maidstone town centre, as you can see behind me, a large part of Week Street is still closed off after a blaze ripped through the Works bookshop in the early hours of this morning. You can still smell the smoke in the air here, and indeed there is still smoke pouring out. And firefighters here have told me it's one of the biggest blazes they've had to deal with in a long time.
The building was already well alight on all floors and had already spread into the roof spaces either side. Unfortunately, there's a fair amount of damage done to 5 shops. Unfortunately, when you're fighting fires, we had to be quite aggressive with our tactics in stopping the fire from spreading to larger stores further down the high street.
While there were thankfully no reported injuries, all 3 floors of the works have now been destroyed, with 3 neighbouring shops also badly damaged. And with some crews still on the scene, many locals have been left to just look in shock at the scale of the incident.
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 fire engines here, and they was all pumping more water into the building. Smoke was billowing out of the building. There was lots of people here just generally filming it with their little cameras, and it was quite a kerfuffle really. Don't often see it.
This is Jem Collins in Maidstone for KMTV.
Meantime, police have confirmed they're not treating another huge blaze in Medway as suspicious. Nicola Everett has the details.
Crews were called to a recycling plant on the Medway City Industrial Estate just after 5:30 yesterday evening. At its height, the smoke could be seen from 30 miles away as 10 crews fought to bring the blaze under control. 500 tonnes of rubbish and an office building have been destroyed at the Viridor processing site. A digger is now being used to expose any remaining hotspots which are being damped down. Nobody is thought to have been injured.
In other news, an inquest into the death of a Gillingham man who died after being hit on the head by a manhole cover in Sussex has ruled it was down to unsafe equipment and poor planning. A jury agreed 26-year-old Daniel Yule's injuries were accidental but found shortcomings across the whole construction job. Eurotunnel has announced it's selling the ferries it owns to another cross-channel operator, DFDS. It says the My Ferry Link services had to be cancelled this morning because of a strike by workers. And the drivers had a lucky escape after their car overturned on the M2 near Sittingbourne this morning. No one's thought to be injured. And finally, an ex-army sergeant who found himself homeless is helping unemployed people in Medway get back into the world of work after turning his life around. Graham Stothard went to meet him.
Getting more people into employment is a challenge all governments face. As a result, increasingly interesting ways to get people into the job market keep on appearing. And this initiative in Chatham must be among one of the more interesting ones. People who take part are redirected here by the Job Centre to undertake a 4-week part-time course in horticulture.
They can't wait to get into the classroom, to be honest with you. They're really happy, especially when it's raining. Nobody likes to be out in the field when it's raining, but they're really into enjoying the lessons. And I think we make it fun for them. Out of this course, we've probably got about 5 people employment, and that is the main thing, getting them to move on with their lives.
They're taught the bare basics, including seeding, transplanting and how to prepare a lawn. For many on the course, it's a way to improve their chances of getting employed without the relentless rejection many associate with job seeking.
It's less demoralising, because I can come here and say I've actually done something, instead of going around handing out a CV and getting nothing in return. Because they read hundreds of CVs a day and no guarantee that it's going to be your one that they read.
But the project, which is backed by Kent County Council, is also trying to tackle issues such as social isolation and mental health problems. For example, neither of the managers here are strangers to illness.
So I was diagnosed PTSD in 2002. I haven't recently, until recently, I hadn't come to terms with PTSD. I just ignored it, hoping it would go away. Images from Bosnia will stay with me until I end up in a box. But in fact, what we're doing here in Chatham is actually rebuilding my confidence and rebuilding my self-esteem.
It certainly seems at these sessions the plants aren't the only ones flourishing. This is Graham Stothard for KMTV in Chatham.
There's more local news on KMFM, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, but that's it from KMTV.